Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us, we are going to be taking a look at the Sitivien ST119. Yes, we are still on a budget-friendly kick. That's going to end here pretty quick though. What do I love about this? Everything. I love the fact that this knife here is $29.99 on Amazon. I will leave a link down in the description for this. You know, you really just can't go wrong with the Sitiviens. I have been loving these knives. These and the Sen cuts have been absolutely wonderful. I love the fact that they're budget, and it has just been awesome. When I get a knife that's $29.99, I am not afraid to use it. I'm not afraid to use it. Maybe that's not the words I'm looking for. I'm not afraid if something happens to it because it is only $29.99. So I would generally, if I'm going to do something, you know, more hard use or something crazy with it, I'm going to generally reach for one of my budget-friendly knives because that's a little bit easier if I do break it or something happens to it. I'm just not going to feel so bad. This does come in the This does come in jade and black G10. So I would probably get myself a jade one so I can dye it the color that I want because, you know, that's what I do. This one, however, is perfect for a therapeutic edge because he likes his knives to be, you know, black or gray or titanium.
Or sometimes, you know.
Or sometimes he gets a little bit of color. That's more me. That's me.
Not anymore.
Yes, it is. Okay. So, what are you going to get with this one? You are going to get a beautiful D2 blade. This is a drop point blade, and it does have a high flat grind on it. Just beautiful. Look at that. It's kind of a satin finish there for you. I do like the handle shape. The handle shape is more of a rectangular shape with that curvature to it, which is really nice. For my lefties, there is no lefty love on this one. This is going to be a deep carry clip. It's going to be right hand only, and it is going to be tip up. Now, your clip is recessed. If you can see that, your clip is recessed. However, your screws are not. That's been a thing with me lately. And I know I keep saying this and I keep talking about the clip, but I don't want my clip to be a hot point. And I don't like, now, these screws are rounded, so it's not going to be as bad on the jeans. But sometimes when you have a knife like that, it is going to cause a lot of wear and tear in your jeans. And hey, you know, you do have the teenagers that go out there and they pay $100 for the ripped jeans. Whatever. So maybe you could just get yourself a whole bunch of knives and just rip up your jeans. This is going to be a liner lock. This did come fairly well centered. It looks like it's a tad off to the side. Not too bad. It does run on bearings, so it is very, very fun. This has been a fantastic fidget knife. Now, I have not been able to spidey flick this one well. Oh, I did it. It is a little bit hard to get in because it's a very small hole there. It is a little bit hard to get in there, but if you can get in there just right, you can spidey flick it, which is really nice. You do have the jimping on the back of your spine. I do like that. And your scales in there are, your liners, I should say, are milled out or are more, you know, have some weight holes screwed out or drilled out in there. I'm at a kind of a loss for words on this right now. I know what I'm trying to say. It's just not coming out the way I want to say it. But you guys get the picture. The G10 on this, it is smooth but grippy. So it has just enough texture to it. And I really like the way they kind of have this, what would you call this, therapeutic edge? The contouring on this. Kind of, it's milled out, but it's got kind of a groove.
I like how you said contoured.
Yeah, contouring would.
Convex contour.
Okay, we're going to call it a convex contour. I like that. I like that. Anyways, that does give you a little bit added extra to how you're going to hold it. Now, it all depends on what you're doing with your knife. This is definitely not a finger choil area. It is absolutely a sharpening choil, which is always nice to have that too. But the curvature, the way that this is curved, it really, really does feel great in hand. I've cut a lot of cardboard with it, and it has been super comfortable. It's also really, really held the edge. It's still very sharp. I really need to show like paper cuts with these. But yeah, it feels really good. Let's do a couple measurements on this one. So if you're looking at this, you're going to be just over 3¼ inches in length on your blade. Well, you're 3½ inches with just over 3¼ inches on your cutting edge. Your close length is going to be, you know, just short of 3½ inches, which is going to give you an overall length of a hair over 7¾ inches. So this is a really good size knife. Let's take a look at it next to the bug out. Do a couple size comparisons here. So as you can see, I consider the bug out to be a medium size. I would absolutely consider this to be a full-on medium, even though it's not that much bigger. But it really does, I think it's the weight and the way that it's made. You know, you're looking at just about a ½ inch more, almost a ½ inch, maybe closer to a ¼ inch. But man, does it feel, it feels bigger, and it feels just fabulous in hand. If we take a look at it next to the Rat 2, you can see there. And of course, you know, I like to line them up pivot to pivot all the time. This definitely is a small to medium sized knife. This is definitely a medium sized knife. Let's take a look at it next to the Rat 1. See, the Rat 1 is a large knife. This is just a hair smaller, so I would definitely call this a medium. It's a little heavier than I thought it was going to be. Now, this is 4.3 ounces, but at the same time, it is not cumbersome. So, although it is more of a thicker handle, so you can see, I mean, next to the bug out, you can see how much thicker that is. If we put that one back next to the Rat, it's a hair thicker. And I think the reason why is the contouring that they do on their handle makes it feel thicker. But ergonomically, as I said, it feels really, really good in hand. Because of the way, the size of this one and the way that I do hold it, the clip is really not a hot point at all. I could probably use this one for a long time. And I used it for a good, I don't know, maybe about 15 minutes cutting up a bunch of boxes. But it, yeah, it didn't have a bad feel to it at all. It was not even really noticeable. The fidgeting of it, like I said, if I get my finger in there just right now, I have small fingers. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference on whether you can Spidey flick this one or not. I find it to be, if I can get it just right, I find it to be super easy to do. And I think if you can get your fingers in there just right, you actually could too. Again, $29.99 for this thing, you guys. That is a fabulous price. Also, your back spacer is also G10. And you do have a space, for those of you that like your lanyards, you do have a little lanyard post in there that you can stick it through there, which is really nice too. Really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, I am really happy with all the Sitiviens that I have received. I have really not had any problems with any of them. They have all really outperformed what I thought they would, which is really nice. I do tend to carry them a lot. I do like them. They all have been super comfortable, you know, fairly lightweight for what they are. They've been super comfortable in the pocket. I did one day have my ladies jeans on, which had the smaller pockets, and I actually just threw this one on my waistband, and it was still very comfortable. So would I recommend it? Yes. I don't tend to review knives that I don't recommend. Once in a while, I may review one and say, you know, I'm not super happy with it. And I think for the most part, I should probably try and review regardless of whether I do like it or not, because again, I like to give my honest opinion on them. All right, you guys, this has been a look at the Sitivien ST119, and I will leave the link for this knife on Amazon down in the description. If you can do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out, I'd really appreciate it. It does help the channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you here all the time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment down in the comment section. You know I love talking to you. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, have a great one.